Hello everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Headline. Today's story will help us discover why hard work and persistence are the keys to achieving our dreams. As we listen, we'll also learn some new words and how to use them in sentences. It's a great way to practice English while enjoying a meaningful story, so make sure to stay with us till the end. In a busy town, it was a typical morning. Villagers were going about their usual activities, some trading goods, others heading to the fields, and a few preparing to open their small shops. Among them sat a young man under a tree, seemingly lost in his own world. His name was Theo, a boy known for his laziness and poverty. Physically, he had everything one would expect from a healthy, strong young man. He was tall and fit, but something inside him had stolen his drive. Theo refused to work, yet constantly dreamed of one day becoming rich. He never put in any effort but always hoped that fortune would fall into his lap. Even his meals came from the kindness of the villagers, who often pitied him. One morning, a wealthy merchant from the village began distributing fresh milk to the needy. It was his way of expressing gratitude for a bountiful year. Hearing the news, Theo quickly joined the queue. He didn't want to miss out. Soon, he had a pot of fresh milk in hand. It looked delicious. Overjoyed, Theo hurried home to prepare it. Using the firewood already available at home and a stove set up by his father, who had left for work earlier, he boiled the milk. Everything was ready in their small kitchen, including 2 pieces of bread on the table. After a while, the bubbling sound of the pot told him the milk was ready. Theo poured some into a cup, enjoyed it with the bread for breakfast, and set aside the rest next to his bed. But instead of going to help his father in the fields, Theo decided to lie down. He began daydreaming. If I become rich somehow, he thought, all my problems will vanish. His eyes wandered to the pot of milk beside him. By tomorrow, he imagined, this milk will harden and turn into cheese. Then I'll sell the cheese at the market and make money. With that money, I'll buy a hen. The hen will lay eggs, and those eggs will hatch into chicks. I'll raise those chicks until they grow up. Eventually, they'll lay hundreds of eggs, and I'll own a poultry farm. Theo's imagination flowed like a river. Then I'll sell all the chickens and buy a few cows. I'll open a dairy farm. Everyone in town will buy milk from me. I'll become very rich. I'll buy jewelry, and even the king will buy from me. I'll become wealthier than anyone else. Then I'll marry a beautiful girl from a rich family. Soon after, we'll have a handsome son. And if he turns out to be lazy, Theo frowned, I'll teach him a lesson and hit him with a stick. How could he be lazy when his father became rich starting from just a pot of milk? But Theo's fantasy went too far. While daydreaming about punishing his imaginary lazy son, he grabbed a stick and swung it through the air, accidentally hitting the pot of milk beside him. It spilled all over the floor. Only then did he snap out of his daydream. He stood still, stunned, processing his disappointment. He quietly cleaned up the mess and, believe it or not, resumed his daydreaming. The next morning, Theo took a walk through the village, hoping someone kind-hearted would be distributing charity again. But nothing had changed. His life remained poor and miserable. Friends, often we have unrealistic hopes of achieving great things in life, yet we do nothing and simply sit idle, a truly shameful reality. But what if, starting today, we planted a rule in our minds? Our actions must match our aspirations. If we want to succeed, the key is hard work. If we want to be accomplished, the key is discipline. If we want God's help, the key is prayer. Even if we are lazy, we can still succeed by changing our habits.